Pope Francis' apostolic letter Lumen Fide, he quoted St. John's Gospel where Christ says of himself, "I have come as light into the world, that whoever believes in me may not remain in darkness." With the year of faith passing, we remind you that when you give, you share in the light of faith. For years, the Diocese of Brooklyn has called upon the community to continue to keep the many ministries supported by the annual Catholic Appeal alive. Your gesture of charitable giving will ensure that various agencies supported by your donations will continue to flourish and serve the needs of those in Brooklyn and Queens. Today, you will hear real testimonies from those who have benefited from charitable donations.
Catholic Migration Services is a nonprofit organization. It's been around 40 years, and we help immigrants. Three major areas that are directly impact immigrants: immigration, housing, and workers' rights. For our immigration program, we reunite families, help people get their citizenship, defend people at deportation proceedings, ensure they stay in the country. For our workers' rights program, we help people with wage theft and unsafe working conditions. And in our housing program, we keep people in their homes and help them to improve the conditions of their housing. Doors are open to all immigrants, documented, undocumented, and that's why it's important to give to Catholic Migration Services. We know these communities, and we're an organization that's affiliated with the church, and we're a place that people trust.
I was approached by a couple of people, and it started off from there. They were basically, at that time I didn't know who they were, but they were Muslim extremists. They didn't know I was Muslim, and so basically that's how it started. They approached me thinking I'm Muslim, but I wasn't, because my name is a Muslim name. I'm a Christian, born-again Christian, Pentecostal. Well, one thing led to another, and they harassed me, they called me a lot, they labeled me, they blamed me, they abused me. They were like forcibly asking me to convert, or else they were gonna kill me. And that's where it started, and that's when I came here. I'm originally from Pakistan, born and raised in Dubai. Just recently moved here to America. That's when Catholic Migration Services took me in. The day I approached them, next 2 weeks I had a result. They had taken my case. They had literally, guided me, taken me under their wings. By the grace of God, my asylum got approved. My life is completely changed just because of this small little organization. The difference they make in people's lives is really, really great.
The scholarship assistance program that we have in the diocese basically helps students and families that would not be able to send their children to our schools, and it assists them in sending their children to our schools and keeping them in our schools. Catholic education is very important, I think, for children. First of all, they not only learn academically, but they learn in a very loving and caring environment where they're able to truly appreciate the gifts that they have, the talents and skills that they have, and they're taught how to use those talents and skills in life. Last year, we raised probably about $9 million for scholarships, and we awarded probably about $8.5 million to children throughout Brooklyn and Queens.
My son David is in 8th grade. One of the things that helped me tremendously to enroll my son in a Catholic school, it was scholarship money. It has been a tremendous help. In a public school, the education is there. I mean, it's an education that is very, they nurture the intellectuality, they nurture the intellectual side of the child. But what I saw that they don't do, it was nurturing the spirituality, the spiritual side of the human being.
At St. Athanasius, we have about 54 students that receive financial aid from the Diocese of Brooklyn, and that enables them to get this wonderful Catholic education that they so want. We actually mean it when we say we individualize everybody. We know that we educate the entire child, not just the academic part of the child. We get the spiritual end of it, nurturing, loving, and encourage them to also carry on those Christian values.
Vocation support is really a blessing from God. It's when people, generous people in the Diocese of Brooklyn, help a young man to live the dream of a lifetime and to respond to the Lord's call in their life to priesthood. Right now we have 59 seminarians on the college level, pre-theology, theology level, and they are wonderful men, very passionate about their vocation, and they really have a desire to serve God and to serve all the people in the diocese. And if they had their way, they can all be ordained tomorrow. The monies that are collected from the annual Catholic Appeal goes to staffing seminaries, paying all the bills associated with running a building and having a staff, to take care of the grounds and faculty members. Think about these men who feel that this is what God wants them to do, and I promise you they'll be formed well and they're going to serve you as best they can in the future.
My name is Christopher Bethji, and I'm a seminarian in my 3rd year of theology here at St. Joseph's Seminary, studying for the Diocese of Brooklyn. Here at the seminary, we really have an environment proper for formation. It's quiet, so we have the time to pray, to hear God's whisper in our hearts, to follow Him wholeheartedly. It's important for vocations to receive the support of the annual Catholic Appeal because we can't do this alone. It has helped me personally because I know that I have the support of the people of the diocese I'm studying for, and I know that I can spend the time that I need to discern my vocation, to be formed in my spirituality, in my academic studies, and really take the time to make sure this is what God's asking of me. When we give, we share the light of faith, because it's our faith that identifies us. When you give through the annual Catholic Appeal, you're helping us, and you're making sure that your family here on earth is taken care of.
Here at the Bishop McGoverill residence, one of our primary functions here is to keep senior priests out of nursing homes, so that if and when they go home to the Lord, they can go home with their brother priests around them in a loving environment, a supportive environment. The services we provide are housekeeping, laundry, food service. They get 3 square meals and snacks. My doctor comes in once a week. Physical therapists come in 3 times a week. We also have a variety of home health aides. The money raised from the Catholic Appeal underwrites the expense of having 40 senior priests here at the McGoverill residence. Every bit that we raise just makes it that much easier for us to provide the existing services, and if people are generous, we can maybe even provide more.
I think this facility is really extremely important. It is now a very wonderful opportunity for men who are disabled to be able to have the camaraderie of priests. We understand one another, and that gives them a sense of home.
These testimonies are direct responses from those who have shared in the light of faith and those who have received their help and support. We ask that you support this year's annual Catholic Appeal so that the diocese and its agencies, a few of which have been featured today, can continue to provide people with the services they need and require. For this year, remember that faith doesn't make demands, it gives unconditionally. Thank you for your support, and God bless you.